reaching out for all the that was standing there while the baby was being made and did fucking nothing. You did nothing. You watched her. You watched her because you were scared. You were controlling the money.
The internet is in absolute shock tonight. Chrisean Rock has just gone live with the most devastating accusation of her career, claiming that Blueface is responsible for baby Chrisean Jr's disability. Her voice shaking with rage, tears streaming down her face, Chrisean told fans that Blueface's reckless actions during her pregnancy caused the health struggles her baby is now facing. And Blueface, his response was colder than anyone expected. Instead of sympathy, instead of taking accountability, he allegedly dismissed Chrisean's claims as nothing more than delusion. He told his fans she's making things up and using Junior as a pawn for attention. The fallout was immediate. Social media erupted in disbelief. Fans split into two camps, some siding with Chrisean, heartbroken by her pain, while others accused her of weaponizing her child in a toxic war with Blueface. But behind the headlines, insiders are leaking shocking details, disturbing past incidents, ignored medical warnings, and private texts that could prove Chrisean's claims aren't delusion at all. And what's worse, if these leaks are true, this story could completely destroy Blueface's career, not just in music, but in life, because this isn't just drama anymore. It's about a child's future. For months now, the world has watched the toxic roller coaster that is Chrisean Rock and Blueface unfold like a never-ending drama series. Their relationship has been messy, chaotic, and violent, both emotionally and physically. From explosive fights caught on camera to humiliating live streams, the couple has kept fans on edge, unsure whether they're watching love, obsession, or destruction. But at the heart of it all, the one innocent caught in the crossfire is Chrisean Jr., their baby boy. From the moment Chrisean announced her pregnancy, the internet became invested. Some doubted she could carry the baby to term with everything going on around her. Others questioned Blueface's involvement from the start, pointing out his constant clashes with Chrisean even during those critical months. The pregnancy itself was riddled with drama. Fans recall the countless viral videos where Blueface accused Chrisean of being unfit, where he denied the baby was even his, and where he publicly belittled her while she cried on Instagram Live. Still, despite the constant chaos, Chrisean pushed forward, determined to prove everyone wrong. When she finally gave birth, many thought it was her redemption arc, a new chapter where she could finally focus on motherhood. But things didn't go the way fans hoped. Almost immediately, whispers began circulating about JR's health. Fans pointed out hospital pictures where nurses seemed overly cautious. Rumors swirled about complications during birth. And then came the heartbreaking leaks, alleged documents suggesting baby Junior was struggling with developmental delays and potential long-term disabilities. At first, Chrisean stayed silent. She didn't confirm or deny anything, choosing instead to post pictures of her son smiling, crying, or sleeping peacefully. But behind the scenes, insiders claim Chrisean was breaking. They say she blamed herself, replaying every stressful moment of her pregnancy, every fight with Blueface, every sleepless night, every public humiliation. And then came the live stream with tears streaming down her face. Chrisean finally let out the words she had been holding back. She told her fans that Blueface's reckless behavior during her pregnancy is the reason Junior is facing health struggles today. According to her, the endless stress, the physical altercations, Blueface's refusal to support her during those crucial months created the perfect storm for disaster. In her own words, she said, "You don't know what it feels like to carry a baby while the father is out here fighting you, stressing you, embarrassing you. That's why my baby's suffering now because of him." Her voice cracked. Fans who tuned in described the live as one of the rawest, most emotional moments they had ever seen from her. Some cried with her, others sat in stunned silence. And almost immediately, the internet split in half. On one side were the supporters, who said Chrisean's pain was real, her story believable, and Blueface's history made her claims all too possible. On the other side were the skeptics, accusing her of deflecting blame, exaggerating JR's condition, and weaponizing her child to keep the spotlight on herself. And then there was Blueface. Instead of offering compassion, instead of even staying silent, he allegedly fired back with cold dismissal. On his own live, he scoffed. She's delusional. Always been. Using the baby for clout now. Ain't nothing wrong with Junior. She just need attention. The clip went viral instantly, sparking outrage. Fans couldn't believe the father of the child would respond that way to such a serious claim. Even those who weren't fans of Chrisean admitted Blueface's tone felt heartless. Some said his response was the final nail in the coffin of his already shaky career. But here's where things take a darker turn. 'Cause, according to so-called insiders, people close to the couple, Chrisean's accusation isn't just emotional ranting. They claim there's evidence, medical notes, private texts, even disturbing incidents from the pregnancy that could prove Blueface's neglect and recklessness did. In fact, put Junior at risk. And if that evidence surfaces, it won't just be Blueface's reputation on the line. It could trigger lawsuits, custody battles, and the kind of scandal that ends careers permanently. And the first leak, it's already here because just hours after her live, screenshots surfaced online. Alleged messages between one Chrisean and a nurse who warned her during pregnancy that stress and violence could impact the baby's development. And who was causing that stress? The messages pointed squarely at Blueface. But that's just the beginning. Because what's coming next is darker, more heartbreaking, and more explosive than anyone could have imagined. The fallout from Chrisean Rock's tearful live stream was immediate. Within hours, hashtags like #PrayForJunior and #Blueface exposed started trending worldwide. Fans clipped every second of her crying confession, reposting it with captions like, "She's finally speaking her truth, and this is heartbreaking to watch." But as the internet flooded with sympathy, the darker side of the story began surfacing. Leaked receipts that suggested her accusations weren't just emotional outbursts. The first leak came in the form of screenshots, allegedly between Chrisean and a nurse who worked at the hospital during her pregnancy. In the messages, the nurse warned her, "Too much stress is not good for the baby. The constant fighting and trauma you're experiencing could affect his development long term." Chrisean responded, "It's him. Can't control him. He's making everything worse." Fans dissected the screenshots like detectives. Timestamps aligned with the late stages of her pregnancy. And the sender's profile picture matched someone who claimed to be a licensed nurse. If authentic, it meant medical professionals had directly warned Chrisean that her toxic environment, fueled by Blueface, could put Junior at risk. But Blueface wasn't about to take the blame quietly. Hours later, he went live with a glass of liquor in one hand and his signature smirk plastered across his face. His response? Cold and mocking. "She's crazy. She always been crazy? Delusional? Y'all really believe this? My son is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. She using that baby for sympathy, 'cause without me, she ain't got no storyline." His words cut deep, not just at Chrisean, but at the millions of viewers who had just watched her break down. Screenshots of his live spread quickly, with fans blasting him for being insensitive. One tweet that went viral read, "Even if you don't believe her, how heartless do you have to be to dismiss the mother of your child crying like that? But then came the first twist. Because a second leak dropped, okay? And this time, it wasn't texts, it was audio. The recording, allegedly from a phone call during Chrisean's pregnancy, captured a heated argument between her and Blueface. In the clip, Chrisean's voice is shaky as she pleads, "You stressing me out too much, it's not safe for the baby." Blueface's voice, on the other hand, is cold, laughing as he replies, "Man, that baby, gone, be fine. You're dramatic. Stop blaming me for everything." The audio spread like wildfire. Fans were horrified, replaying the clip over and over. It wasn't just the words, it was the tone. Blueface's casual dismissal, his laughter, while Chrisean begged for calm, painted a brutal picture. Hashtags shifted from sympathy to rage. Hashtag Blueface canceled and hashtag Protect Chris EANGR trended within minutes. And yet, Blueface doubled down. On Twitter, he wrote, "Y'all running with fake audio now? Hey, I got y'all dumb. Don't believe nothing unless it come from me." But fans weren't convinced. Too many receipts were piling up, and the narrative was shifting. This wasn't just another toxic fight between Chrisean and Blueface. This was about a baby's health, and suddenly, a court of public opinion was leaning heavily in Chrisean's favor. Meanwhile, insiders began whispering that Chrisean wasn't done. One alleged friend told a gossip blog that Liv was just the beginning. She's sitting on proof, screenshots, medical reports, even videos. If she drops them, it's over for him. And then came the most shocking reveal yet. Late that night, an anonymous account uploaded what they claimed was part of JR's medical report. While details were blurred, fans claimed they could see terms like developmental delays and stress during pregnancy. If the document was real, would directly link the baby's struggles to Chrisean's environment during pregnancy, exactly what she had accused Blueface of causing. The reaction was explosive. Celebrities began chiming in. Summer Walker commented under a repost of Chrisean's live, "This is sad. Y'all gotta stop playing with women when they're pregnant. Stress is real." Cardi B liked a tweet that read, "Blueface been toxic from day one. Chrisean deserves better." But on the flip side, some celebrities defended Blueface. Boosie Bottas went live saying, "Man, every baby mama blame the daddy. Y'all just want to cancel somebody? That's still his kid. Don't play with that. Man name." His comments only poured more gasoline onto the fire, igniting more debate. The internet was at war. Half the world was demanding Blueface take accountability, while the other half accused Chrisean of exploiting her child's struggles for clout. And in the middle of it all, Blueface posted one cryptic tweet. "If she keep lying, I'm expose everything. Y'all don't even know the half." The tweet sent chills through fans. What did he mean by everything? Did he have receipts of his own? Was this about to turn into an all-out war of leaks between two of the messiest figures in hip-hop? Because if Chrisean had proof against him, Blueface was threatening to drop proof against her. And that's when fans realized this wasn't just a fight about accusations. This was about to spiral into the ugliest custody battle hip-hop has ever seen. If Chrisean Rock thought she had the upper hand after her emotional live and the leaked nurse texts, Blueface was about to prove he wasn't going down without a fight, just hours after the internet flooded with sympathy for Chrisean. Blueface launched his counterattack, and it was just as explosive. He jumped back on Instagram Live. This time more serious, less mocking, but every bit as cold. Sitting in his car with a cigarette in hand, he looked into the camera and said, "Y'all really believe this girl? She the reason that baby going through anything? She drinking, smoking, fighting the whole pregnancy? And now she'll want to blame me? Stop it. Y'all don't even know half the truth." The clip spread instantly. His words were sharp, placing the blame directly back onto Chrisean. Fans flooded the comments with outrage, but others admitted it was the first time Blueface sounded like he was speaking from a place of frustration rather than trolling. Could there be truth in what he was saying? Then came the shocking reveal. Because Blueface didn't just talk. He dropped his own receipts. Screenshots allegedly showed Chrisean ordering alcohol while visibly pregnant. Another picture surfaced of her at a party during her second trimester, holding what appeared to be a red Solo cup. Blueface captioned it, "But I'm the problem, y'all trippin'." Fans were stunned. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't so black and white. Some argued the screenshots were old, possibly staged. Others said it didn't matter, even if she slipped. It didn't erase the stress and violence Blueface himself caused during her pregnancy. But the damage was done. The internet was officially split. Twitter turned into a battlefield of opposing hashtags. Hashtag Protect Chris. EAN versus hashtag Blueface got receipts. Pray for Junior versus hashtag Chris EAN, lying. The debate grew nastier by the hour. Some fans accused Blueface of deflection, trying to distract from his own abuse. Others said Chrisean wasn't the innocent victim she portrayed. The truth: no one knew, but everyone had an opinion. And then, as if things weren't chaotic enough, a new leak dropped that shocked even the most hardened fans. A gossip blog released what they claimed was a private voice memo from Chrisean's phone, allegedly recorded during her pregnancy. In the clip, her voice is shaking as she tells a friend, "I'm scared for my baby. I be crying every night. He Blueface punched the wall right next to me last night. I know this stress ain't good, but I don't know how to leave." Clip went viral in minutes. Real, it painted a chilling picture. One of a young woman trapped in a cycle of chaos, fully aware that her unborn child was in danger, but powerless to escape. Fans replayed the audio over and over, their hearts breaking at the raw fear in her voice. But Blueface's camp fired back yet again. His supporters claimed the clip was edited, out of context, and too convenient to surface now. Meanwhile, insiders whispered that Chrisean wasn't bluffing, that she was sitting on dozens of recordings like that, ready to unleash them if Blueface pushed her too far. The escalation reached fever pitch when celebs started picking sides. Summer Walker reposted the leaked audio with the caption, "This broke me. Protect that baby at all costs." Boosie Badass doubled down, blasting Chrisean, "That girl toxic too. Don't blame everything on him." Cardi B tweeted cryptically, "When you push a mother to her breaking point, the whole world gone, see?" Fans instantly assumed it was about Chris EAN. The industry was now divided, just like the fans. And then came the most shocking twist so far. A TMZ-style leak claimed that Child Protective Services CPS had been alerted after Chrisean's live. According to anonymous insiders, CPS officials were monitoring the situation due to the public nature of the accusations. If true, this meant the custody of baby Junior could be in jeopardy, not just for Chrisean, but for Blueface as well. The news sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans panicked, tweeting, "Take that baby out of both their hands before it's too late." Others begged Chrisean to get help. "We want you to win, but Junior needs stability, not chaos." But Blueface seized the moment, tweeting, "Exactly what I've been saying. She unfit." CPS watching now told y'all. The tweet sent shockwaves. Was Blueface actually rooting for Chrisean to lose custody of her own child? Or was he positioning himself as the better parent? Either way, it left fans sick to their stomachs. The feud had now escalated far beyond accusations. It was no longer about clout or who said what. It was about a child's future. And the chilling cliffhanger. Insiders claim Blueface is preparing to release a full tell-all video with alleged recordings, texts, and even witnesses to back up his claims that Chrisean was reckless during her pregnancy. Meanwhile, Chrisean is reportedly readying her own medical receipts and more recordings to prove Blueface is the one responsible for JR's condition. Which side is telling the truth? Who's lying? And most terrifying of all, will this battle end with Chrisean Jr. ripped away from both of them? By now, the internet wasn't just buzzing, it was erupting. What started as Chrisean's tearful accusation and Blueface's cold dismissal had spiraled into something much bigger. This wasn't just another messy celebrity feud. This was about a child, a disability, and two parents publicly tearing each other apart while millions of strangers weighed in. Twitter became a battlefield of hashtags. Hashtag Protect Chrisean trended side by side with hashtag Blueface. Got receipts. Every clip, every screenshot, said every whispered leak was dissected as if fans were jury members in the biggest trial of the year. Supporters of Chrisean filled timelines with empathy and outrage. Blueface is abusive. You can hear it in her voice. She's been crying for help for months. Pregnancy, stress is real. He pushed her too far. He has to own this. That poor baby. My heart breaks watching this. Meanwhile, Blueface loyalists went just as hard. She's using that baby as a storyline. She been toxic. Y'all ignoring the receipts? She was out drinking while pregnant. CPS better step in because both of them are dangerous. Was no different? One viral video with over 7 million views showed a side-by-side of Chrisean crying in her live versus Blueface smirking in his, with the caption, "The difference between pain and pride." Another edit looped the leaked audio of Chrisean begging for calm during pregnancy over footage of Blueface partying. The comments section flooded with heartbreak emojis. But then, celebrities started adding their voices, and the reactions divided the industry down the middle. Summer Walker went viral with a fiery post. Men gotta be held accountable. Y'all think stress don't affect babies? Ask any doctor. Her post racked up hundreds of thousands of likes, turning her into one of Chrisean's biggest celebrity defenders. Cardi B, who had quietly liked supportive tweets before, finally broke her silence on Instagram. "I don't care who right or wrong. That baby don't deserve none of this. Y'all need to protect him first, not argue on live." Fans praised her for shifting the focus where it belonged, but other voices weren't so forgiving. Boosie Buttus doubled down on his earlier stance, saying on IG Live, "She toxic, he toxic, they both toxic. That baby ain't got a chance unless somebody step in. Stop blaming just one side." And then came the wildest reaction yet. Blueface's own mom, Carlisa. Known for her dramatic online presence, Carlisa posted a long rant defending her son. "Y'all believe anything this girl say? My grandson is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Chrisean need therapy, not Instagram." The post only poured gasoline on the fire. Fans dragged Carlisa, calling her delusional for defending Blueface no matter what. Others said her involvement only proved how dysfunctional the entire family dynamic was. Meanwhile, NDUSTRY insiders whispered about the legal implications. One entertainment lawyer speaking anonymously to a gossip outlet said, "If CPS is truly monitoring this, it's bad news for both parents. Publicly accusing each other of neglect while evidence of chaos and violence circulates could be used against them both in court." The possibility of a custody battle became the new headline. TMZ-style outlets plastered stories like, "CPS monitoring Chrisean Jr. amid parental war, and will baby Jr. be taken from both parents?" The idea that neither Chrisean nor Blueface might keep custody sent chills through fans who had been emotionally invested in the child's journey since birth. Even hip-hop podcasts picked it apart. On the Joe Budden podcast, Joe sighed heavily and said, "This ain't entertainment no more. This is sad. This baby's entire life is being live-streamed as trauma." His co-hosts agreed, warning that the couple's constant oversharing could backfire legally. But the reactions that shook fans the most came from other mothers in the industry. Several reality TV stars and influencers shared their own pregnancy experiences, confirming that stress, abuse, and neglect do impact a child's development. Their stories gave weight to Chrisean's claims, even if the full truth about JR's condition remained unconfirmed. Meanwhile, Blueface stayed online, tweeting like nothing could touch him. "Keep talking. I'ma drop my video soon. Y'all really gonna see the truth." That single tweet reignited the war. Fans speculated wildly about what kind of video he meant. Was it footage of Chrisean partying while pregnant? Was it recordings of her admitting she was reckless? Or was it something darker, something that could destroy her credibility entirely? And then the cliffhanger hit. A blog posted a blurry screenshot allegedly showing court documents being filed, Blueface petitioning for sole custody of Junior if real. It meant Blueface wasn't just defending himself online, he was moving too. Take Junior away from Chrisean completely. Fans were left speechless. Would the courts really grant Blueface custody after everything? Or was this just another stunt in a war spiraling out of control? Either way, the reaction was unanimous. The next chapter of this saga could change everything. Not just for Chrisean and Blueface, but for baby JR's future, just when fans thought this couldn't spiral any further. The final twist dropped, and it left the internet gasping. Then came the nuclear cliffhanger. A gossip site claimed to have sources inside the courtroom, saying Blueface had officially filed not just for custody, but for emergency custody. The alleged reason. He claimed he had proof that Chrisean endangered Junior during pregnancy and was still unfit as a parent. If granted, it would mean Chrisean could lose Junior immediately. Chrisean fired back with her own cryptic Instagram post, a photo of Junior sleeping peacefully, with the caption, "They can try to take everything from me, but they won't take him." Post racked up 1 million likes in under an hour, and fans flooded the comments with heartbreak emojis and prayers. But the message was clear. She's preparing for war. So where does that leave us? With a baby caught in the middle of a toxic battlefield, 2 parents weaponizing receipts, and authorities possibly stepping in to decide JR's fate. And now, the cliffhanger that everyone's asking, will Blueface's alleged custody filing succeed, stripping Chrisean of her baby? Will Chrisean unleash the rest of her recordings and medical receipts to destroy Blueface in court? Or will CP swoop in and take Junior from both of them, ending the drama in the most devastating way possible? Because one thing is certain, this war isn't about to cool down. It's about to explode in ways that will change Chrisean Blueface, and baby JR's lives forever. And now, we're left standing at the edge of absolute chaos. Chrisean Rock says Blueface is to blame for baby JR's disability. Blueface says she's delusional. Receipts, recordings, and medical notes are flying from every direction. CPS is allegedly circling. Court documents may already be in motion. And in the middle of it all, an innocent child whose future hangs in the balance. The question is no longer just about who's lying and who's telling the truth. The real question is, who's about to lose everything? Will Blueface's alleged custody filing succeed and paint him as the responsible parent? Or will Chrisean's leaks and her emotional livestream prove once and for all that he's the toxic force behind JR's struggles? Or, and this is the most heartbreaking possibility, will CPS step in and take JR from both of them, leaving the world to wonder if this child ever had a chance in the first place? Now I need to hear from you. Is Chrisean telling the truth in her live stream, or was it just raw emotion? Did Blueface's receipts really expose her, or were they nothing more than distractions? And if CPS really is involved, who do you think they'll side with? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. This story is too big, too emotional, and too important for silence.